Right, so we have some casting news from Vision. And that is that Ruaridh Mollica, who is a Scottish-Italian actor, has been cast for the role of Tucker. Now, he was cast for a role that has a T in his name. The actor is bisexual. I'm going to come out and, just like this article suggests, I'm going to say that he's playing Tommy. We have found our Tommy. So let me just turn you and show you what this guy looks like. So that is Rory. All right. So, let's see. Here is him next to comic book Tommy. Let me turn you. So up there is him on the other end, of course, comic book Tommy. And we have down here just simply that he was cast in Vision. And yes, this is pronounced Rory. I looked it up. So what do you guys think? I'm sure that the haters are already gearing up to have a problem with the Vision series. But that didn't stop Agatha from being successful. So I'm going to say that it's not going to stop Vision from being successful, because let's face it, if you're going to introduce Billy in Agatha and he's going to be looking for Tommy, this guy that they cast looks very similar to the kid who died when Billy put Tommy's soul inside of another person with Agatha's help. So that's another indication that this guy is going to be playing Tommy, because he looks so much like that kid who died. So yeah, I'm going with Tommy. And let's face it, if Billy is going to be a big part of Agatha, it only makes sense that Tommy would be a big part of Vision series. Because obviously Billy is going to be involved in a show about magic. Now, Tommy is speed. So I guess he doesn't technically fit, but, because Vision is Vision, he does have super speed. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that he would be a big part of Vision. It's just a matter of how is he involved. Because when we last saw White Vision, he was still trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Because Hex Vision gave him back his memories. And so now he's trying to figure out what is going on. Because if you're familiar with the comics, you know that Vision remembers things, like remembers he has a family, remembers his relationship with Wanda, but there's no emotional connection there. It's just memories. It's basically like you watching a movie of someone who looks just like you, but isn't you. It would be like a twin watching their twin's life. And so you're familiar with what happened, but you don't have the emotional attachment, at least not the emotional attachment like the twin would have. So it's similar to this. He has the memories now, but there's no emotion behind it. He knows that he was married to Wanda. He knows that they had these two kids now from Hex Vision. So, but there's no emotional attachment. So it's going to be interesting to see how Tommy develops a relationship with Vision. How he helps Vision with his journey to becoming Vision, as opposed to just this creation of Sword. And and obviously he's going to have to come to grips with the fact that he's Tommy, the fact that he's Tommy Maximoff and not just Tommy Shepard. Or it's possible that he'll be Tommy from the beginning, just like Billy was William. So this guy could go by Thomas, and that this Tucker casting is just a poor attempt at a red herring. So people are like, oh, no, he wasn't supposed to be Tommy. Even though, yeah, he is. So it's possible that too, or I read that initially they wanted Eddie to be Teddy. And there's now question whether they didn't just change things. And so the character that comic book fans know as Teddy is Eddie in the MCU. So it's possible they're just changing names. I don't know why they would do that for Tommy, but like I said, it could be that they're just trying to hide the fact that he's going to be Tommy. Just like all the promos called Billy Teen, which, let's face it, for most of the series he was known as that because of the spell. So it's because of the sigil. So it could be something similar, that it's just a case of he has to accept that he's both this new being plus Tommy Maximoff. Now, because he doesn't have magic like Billy does, so, I mean, he's aware that Billy had magic and, of course, Wanda. So it's possible that he won't be too freaked out. But I can only imagine his reaction considering Billy's attempt and Billy's journey to try to reconcile William and Billy. How hard that was. I can only imagine how much infinitely harder it would be for Tommy, because he doesn't have that magic background. He is not a reality warper. By the time of Agatha, Billy has accepted that he has these powers. And let's face it, we can't forget that even though these are 16-year-old boys, if we go by natural timeline, Billy and Tommy are only 13. So we are talking about 13-year-old boys in the body of 16-year-old boys. And they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on now. Because, again, if Billy wasn't aware that he can reincarnate, Tommy sure as hell isn't going to know that Billy can reincarnate himself, let alone other people. So it's going to be quite the journey to try to figure out how to make sense of this. And maybe it's going to be a case of he runs into White Vision, and White Vision helps him come to the realization that he is Tommy Maximoff, because he now has those memories of what Billy can do, what Wanda can do. so he can help in that regard while Tommy is helping him come to come to the realization that he had this life and maybe help him um process that because he doesn't have the emotional attachment. So, how do you process this was my life that was taken from me? Thank you, Thanos. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this series. I hope that it's not as comical. Like Agatha was comical, but at least for the most part it made sense. The comedy made sense. It wasn't like they were just doing comedy for comedy's sake. Unlike Wanda, who was it stuck literally in a comedy throughout the generations. So, of course, you're doing comedy for comedy. That comedy's sake, that was the whole point. But hopefully, Vision. I mean, we went through the comedy genre, the horror genre. So I wonder what they're going to do with the Vision series. Is it going to be a sci-fi genre, a fantasy genre? How are they going to, what genre are they going to be in? Because if the other two picked a genre, so will this show. Of course we don't know. That's pretty much all we know about the show is that it exists. And now we know, and of course Paul Bettany is coming back, duh. And that this Rory Mollica is going to be in it. And like I said, even though he's supposedly playing a character named Tucker, it's most likely going to be Tommy. Because he looks like he could be 16. I don't know how old the actor actually is, but it looks like he could play 16. So, and like I said, he does look like the kid who we saw dying when Billy was trying to put Tommy inside another person's body. So yeah, I agree with the people on social media who say this is totally Tommy Shepard, and I'm pretty sure Tucker is just a name that they're using, a placeholder, so it's not freaking obvious, even though it's freaking obvious, that he's going to be Tommy. In the vain hopes of making people not realize what's happening. Plus, Tommy is a bisexual. This actor is a bisexual. So, and since we are in this moment in time where we try to match the sexuality of the character with the sexuality of the actor, which unfortunately gets people into a hell of a lot of trouble, which is another story. So it sounds like he's going to be Tommy. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to say about this show. I believe I have everything covered. It's going I'm looking forward to it. I don't think they've mentioned when it's going to air. But I'm definitely looking forward to it to see how this flows into um the next phase, or whether they're going to do Young Avengers or just simply roll it into the next phase when they do X-Men, how they're going to how this is going to fit in with the other projects that Marvel is doing. Um I believe that is all I have for this video. So with that, I will see you guys in the next one.